So I'm disassembling the perfect grade 00 Gundam Seven Sword model to prepare it for painting. So I have this Buster sword pretty much taken apart. So I'm kind of separating parts by sorting them by the ones that are going to be metal color, and blue and white. So they're right here. Yeah, the idea is that I will spray everything with the black surface primer next, so that I can start airbrushing. In fact, the metal parts are going to be probably hand painted, but like these ones, the ones that are black plastic at this stage, I'm going to hand paint them to make them look like steel, but the blue and the white parts, which are these guys, and some of them are really huge, like this tip of the sword, it's enormous. So I'm going to airbrush them later on. So those are not a problem. I know what to do with them, but for this part there is a neat gimmick here. So if I flip this switch, you see the lights come on. So this is the lighting effect in the sword, and I want the parts, this clear plastic parts, they're kind of just the refraction effect that guides the light from the LED unit, which is right here. When it's on, these parts of the clear plastic appear lit up, and I want to preserve transparency, obviously. So I'm masking them. So I've already done these two guys. So I'm using this Tamiya masking tape and just applying it to the clear parts. Then I'm going to just spray everything using the canned surface primer. So here we are. So pretty much just kind of somewhat tedious application of a masking tape to each one of these clear plastic parts. And it took me quite a bit to get back to this next stage of the model. When everything has already been built, it's kind of difficult to convince myself to take everything apart, and I want to use these videos of the stages of the building process and now the painting process as a kind of motivation, because it's very easy to just leave things at this stage and just kind of declare the thing completed. But I know that if I go through the next stage, if I paint it, it's going to look better. It always does. So that's what I'm doing now. The masking step is not particularly exciting. It's just, you have to be careful and meticulous. This Buster sword, it's enormous. It's very large. So I'm going to use, particularly for the white and blue parts, I'm going to add additional details. There are some recessed panels, and I think I'm going to color them slightly differently, so just to add some variety. Otherwise I'm going to be left with very large surfaces of the uniform color. So I'm going to try to add details where possible, but that is separately. So this particular masking is just for the clear plastic parts that are going to be lighting up to preserve the lighting effect. I think this is a big part of this model. It's just looking at some first videos that I shot when I was just assembling the leg units of this kit, and I said, oh, I think I found the rhythm with videos and photos, and yeah, it's somewhat true. But it's so easy to fall off the wagon with shooting this. The setup, so I have one camera which is just like a mirrorless large camera over my shoulder over there, shooting this view, kind of, well, literally over the shoulder view, and I have a GoPro, this one, that kind of gives the overview. So the problem was that it's always a dilemma of whether to do an extra step and do maybe a more careful setup to avoid kind of clutter in the background, and you know, which would detract from the video, or just actually sitting down and making the next step in building the model. It's a bit of a trade-off every time, but I figure that if I don't shoot with the video, then many of the steps, especially for this perfect grade model, which is quite complicated, many of the steps are going to just be concealed with the subsequent stages, and it's a little bit sad. It's like as if I've never done this. So I like how the finished models look like, but it's also nice to have a permanent record of the process. I think it adds to the experience. Well, at least this is my way of convincing myself to do this, to share. Well, yeah, sharing also, but mainly to record for myself the experience of building the models. Might be useful also. My technique hopefully develops as I'm working on these things. So maybe even just as notes for myself, it would be good to have these little photos and videos. Although I don't know if I'll ever bring myself to looking through these videos. Well, beyond basic editing, anyway. But we'll see. For now, I'm going to continue with this. The good thing is it's not like I'm under any deadline with the project, so I can take as much time as I want to record the videos if I like, or not. It's all good. So the sound also, I find the sound quality is really important, and right now there is a huge wind outside, and I'm in this little studio / sunroom. Everything rattles, all this because of the wind, so sounds as if it's going to all come apart. Okay, so it's done. So this is the main part of the sword. So all the transparent parts are masked. So actually, if I turn the thing on, you can still see the light through the paper, but it's all covered in masking paper now. So I can take the surface primer and spray it over, and this would be my next stage. So and the rest, as I mentioned, is all here. So I have the parts sorted. So these are the white, the blue, so these are all going to be surface primed as the next stage.